mom came into the room and she's like, look at my phone. And then I couldn't see it, so I had to look at mine. I'm like, oh.
I can't bet against Tom Brady. I have the Bucks winning 31-27 and Tom Brady going to his 10th championship.
Yeah, and I really think the Clippers' chance to win the championship was last year. And they were up 3-1 against the Denver Nuggets.
Chris Paul is one of the most underrated players of all time. He's been the best player wherever he goes, and that includes with the Rockets.
You said you can't bet against Tom Brady, and as a Cowboys fan and what I just did last weekend, I am not going to bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl. I mean, that's all I can really say. There's two of the top 5 players in the league, and they are very, very good.
Hello, I'm Taylor Hearn, and you listen to The Outsiders' Opinions with Kevin and Austin.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to our NBA Opinions of the Week. Got a lot coming out next few days. But at the end of the regular season, you always have the MVP talks, and it's pretty. I don't know. I'll let you talk about this, Austin. But it's pretty. I feel like it's gonna be Shea, but I feel like a lot of that is part of the narrative of kind of Shea and the Thunder versus the narrative of Jokic just continuing to be the best player.
Yeah, and this is Jokic's best year of his career, in my opinion. If excluding playoffs, obviously, just looking at the regular season, this is the best and most dominant we've seen him. He's finally gotten a triple-double season, which is extremely impressive for a center, let alone any player, obviously. There's only been 3 all-time, Oscar, Russ, and now Jokic. But to do it as a center is extremely, extremely impressive. I do want to say that we'll differentiate this video into 2 different parts. We'll do who we think, and then I want to do a prediction. So I want to see who do we think's going to win and who do we think should win. Those are important distinctions. But yeah, whatever one you want to go first, I'm fine with.
Well, yeah, I kind of want to talk about that because we've always had talks about Jokic, and you brought up once again, this is the best season of his career. He just continues to have better and better seasons. I did see something as I'm reading right now. The 2022-23 season, Jokic was more efficient in that season compared to this one, but he took 4.7 fewer shots per game. So it's pretty incredible. It's like I saw recently, it was right after Malone, Jokic had triple-double, and it was like 40 points each, or at least 30 points or more. So I don't understand. So the first part is, who do we think wins?
Yeah, who do you think wins versus we'll leave our actual pick. Like if we were writing in the vote for a second, but who do we predict gets voted as the MVP?
Okay. Yeah, I kind of said that before, but I'll go with Shea, which Shea is still a very good player, one of the best. I'm just not a huge fan of his game. I do feel like he gets free throws a lot and a lot of free throw calls, kind of why I don't like Joel Embiid too. But he does have the narrative, the Thunder winning, and he is averaging 32.7 points, 6.4 assists, 5 boards, and 1.7 steals, and a block. And that's pretty impressive. But I don't see, so I feel it's that narrative, and that's a really big part of the MVP in the NBA. So I think that narrative is pushing it while he is also playing well. So
how close do you think the vote is?
I don't think the vote's that close. I think people are kind of.
Would you say over or under 2/3 of the vote goes for Shea as number 1?
I'd say over 2/3.
Okay. I think Shea wins. I think it'll be a lot closer, though. I think it'll be close. It won't be 50-50, obviously, but I think it'll be, if I ask the 2/3 questions, I say under. I would say probably around 55% for Shea. But I think I'll go into who I think should win first, because you answered the prediction part first. I think Jokic deserves the MVP because the plain fact that their offense is utterly atrocious when he's off the floor, and their defense is worse when he's off the floor. They are just a significantly better team with him on the floor, and that's not the same with OKC. While they are definitely better with Shea on the floor, the discrepancy is a 68-win team versus a 50-win team. While the Nuggets are a 50-win team or a 20-win team. that discrepancy is something that you don't really see, and I think the most valuable. Again, I've had this argument every time we talk about MVP on every channel, or not every channel, but every video that we do it on. Most valuable player award. The most valuable player is Jokic. We could have a whole nother argument about who's better, even though I still think Jokic is better, but I think it's a much better argument for who's better, right? I think it's a much closer argument. But the most valuable has to be Jokic.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with you. It should be Jokic again. And I do think a lot of it comes into voter fatigue of why he won't win again. I think that's a huge reason why Joel Embiid went. It's like Joel Embiid wasn't bad. It was just Jokic is doing this. He's the most valuable player, like you said. And it's just, to me, he makes everything work. I'm curious. I think he's had a huge impact on Russell Westbrook, kind of resurgence this season. I think Jokic just makes better players around him. And when you look at the Thunder, they're just a well-built roster, and they have a great player in Shea. Nuggets, it's really Jamal Murray, I think, is still great, but there are other pieces where you're like, how is this working? And that, to me, plays into your fact of this team is drastically different when Jokic is not on the floor. So I would say should be Jokic again.
Yeah, we're in agreement. I think it should be Jokic. Yeah, I do think it's close no matter what, but I agree with you in saying that Jokic deserves his 4th MVP trophy.
Yeah, it's just an impressive run he has been on. So we'll keep you updated on that. Well, let us know your thoughts in the comments. We appreciate you listening to Outsiders Opinions.